but my rookie party was in Dallas.
So there is a thing called playing guilty then.
You found me for 19 goals, but you couldn't find me for an empty net for the 20th.
Hey, I think if we just let the big Ern sleep tonight, he's not going to do anything.
What a lead!
Yeah! Fucking right, boy.
You gotta get the fucking bug out.
If he wants me to weigh in, he can come weigh me in himself.
You like making him snosh, I guess you know you're doing something right, so.
Up dog from Vegas with Obes.
Woo!
Come on! Come on, baby!
There is one thing that can't be denied. The Missing Curfew boys are having themselves a time. They have joined the dark side, if you will. Scotty Upshall and Shane O'Brien, now members of the media, if you will. Their podcast is called Missing Curfew. You can find it everywhere podcasts are found, and you can follow them on Twitter at Missing Curfew. What's up, boys? We haven't seen you in like 2 months.
I know. Thanks for having us again, Jackie. And last time we were on your home turf, on your incredible set. Now we're back here on our home turf. And our biggest concern is not to throw an F-bomb. So we're going to try our hardest to keep it professional here.
Listen, please try your hardest. It would not be the first time in this building that someone dropped an F-bomb. I believe it happened on MLB Network last season, but we'll do our best. I'll start the conversation with this. Since we haven't talked to you in a while, best team in the NHL right now, in your opinion, who is it?
I like the Las Vegas Golden Knights, mainly because I really like Las Vegas, and it's close to here on the West Coast. But lots of good things happening there. They're gelling well, and they got a big name player coming in their lineup soon. We hear he's skating well, and we'll talk about him shortly, I'm sure.
Fellas, I like the corporate answer. Go ahead, Obi. I want to hear what you got to say. Come on, Obi. Give us something.
I'm going with the team that I put some cheddar on at the start of the season. I took the Avalanche at the start to win the Stanley Cup. I took Nathan McKinnon at the start of the season to win the Hart. He's not going to do that, but he's absolutely humming right now. Makar's buzzing. Ball Arena's jumping. I love what the Avalanche are doing right now.
So prior to coming on the air, we're talking to you guys. You know, we're going to commercial break. You're out in Cali. I just saw you guys on the plane. We had a great conversation. You're out in Cali. You're not even talking about the Ducks. Like, fellas, come on.
Come on.
Give the Ducks some love. They've been great this year.
They sure have, and they got Pittsburgh coming in tonight. You know, a healthy lineup. They're living their best lives like us here on the West Coast. It's hard not to come to the rink with a smile on your face, winning games when you got the sunshine coming over the ocean and bikinis on the beach. I mean, what's better than that?
That's a win all around.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm ready to go. I'll see you.
Exactly. Lots of room in the studio, EJ.
I'm stuck. They have me wired in, I think. I can't, it's like the dog fence. I can't go. I go outside. I get shot if I go out of the studio. It's not good. You mentioned the Penguins. Where do you guys see the Penguins in all this? Because they've been on a heck of a run. I lost the other day. I think they were a little out of gas at the end of the game against Dallas. They get Malkin back tonight. Where do you see the Penguins right now? Because, boy, they've been a great story.
EJ, you're 100% right. And shout out to my boy, Steve Cooley. Cooley is cool set at the start of the year. You know, I made the mistake last year betting against Crosby with the the divisions they had last year in that tough East division. They ended up winning it. Once again, they're proving us wrong. The way Sid has come back and played has been unbelievable. I got to give credit to Mike Sullivan, though. I think it starts with Sully. Their structure, they compete, they play fast. Weeks, you know this more than anyone. The way that Jari has bounced back this year after the playoffs he had last year, mentally, that's so impressive to me. But with 71 coming back in and the way they play and Sid humming, they're a dangerous squad.
I like that you brought up Sully and Tristan Jarry, too, because in my opinion, both those guys do not get enough hype, if you will, which is going to be my transition into our latest installment of Overhyped or Underhyped. K-Dub is a first-time player, so for the folks at home that have never seen this.
So am I.
No, you've played once.
No, I did not.
Oh, I might have been Rupper, actually.
Yeah.
Might have been Rupper.
Yeah,
but,
two rookies to your left.
I know.
Yeah.
Two rookies to your left.
Yeah, you were here, Each. You got bad memory right now.
When you get shocked with that dog collar all the time, it knocks the heck out of you. I tell you.
Yeah,
When's the rookie dinner week, see? When's the rookie dinner?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, okay. So here's how it works. I'm going to tee you guys up on a topic. You tell me if said topic, if you're into it, if you're not into it, if that player or person or storyline is getting enough hype or not. That's basically the gist. So you can spin it however you want.
All right.
But it's quick hits, right? We're not going Ken Danico long with the answers, all right? We're going quick hits. Love you, Dano. All right. First topic, number 1. Jack Eichel is about to join a already star-studded lineup in Vegas, and I feel like we're not hyping this up enough. Is this story underhyped?
Boys?
To me, it's underhyped.
Let's start with you guys.
I think this kid is ready to rock. It's been a long year for him. He's healthy now. He's got the bright lights of Las Vegas waiting for him. And I just think what better young player to come and help this team just, propel into another stratosphere. Everyone's excited to see this guy play. Game changer. So very underhyped in my opinion.
Obi?
I agree. Underhyped. I was texting with Ikes last week. He feels great on the ice. For him to come in and be fresh and feeling good down the middle, you look at their 3 centers, is probably the best in the league. Their only concern, boys, is the cap. What's going to do move forward? But Eichel coming back is underhyped.
Yeah, I'm on the underhyped bandwagon too. And to me, though, I think it's like watching a train coming in from way down the tracks. We see that little light, so it's underhyped now. As that train starts getting closer to the station, believe me, it'll be very hyped.
I can't
when we
wait.
get closer to him and when he's back on the ice, then we'll blow it out. But I think we've all looked at it as a long timeline, right? So definitely underhyped for me now, Weeksy.
I agree, underhyped. And listen, an American-born player out of Beantown, played his year at BU. This guy would have been a fixture. I like what you showed earlier, Jackie. He would have been on that Team USA team, even if he didn't even play before the Olympics.
He'd be going.
He was not a shoe-in. He was both shoes in, for sure. So I think it's underhyped for sure. I'm big on him.
I cannot wait to see Jack Eichel. I hope he absolutely tears it up, especially when they play the Sabres down the road, because it'll just be a good time. But good to see Eichel ripping one-timies this morning out in Vegas. All right, next up, Connor McDavid has not played in 8 days, still leads the league in points. He is the best player on planet Earth. Is Edmonton wasting McDavid's prime? Is that story overhyped or underhyped? We'll start with you guys of Missing Curfew.
I'll go first. I just changed my answer right here, mid shift here. I'm going to say it's overhyped because I believe he's going to come back. He's going to tear it up the second half. Kenny Holland's going to probably maybe try to make a trade for a goalie, but they're going to figure it out. They're going to get in the playoffs. As of right now, I think it's overhyped.
I got to take the opposite stand on this, Obes, and
Yes.
do this often on our show. I think this is underhyped right now. I think the shadow of COVID, the shadow of that cold Alberta winter right now is just shadowing the truth about what's really going on. The Oilers need to be a better team. They have 2 of the best players in the world, 2 young players, and they've traded Wayne Gretzky before, and that was a sad, sad day. And if Connor McDavid isn't happy and comes knocking on Kenny Holland's door at some point saying this is not working, it's gonna be rough for some Edmonton fans. So right now it's underhyped. If it gets really serious, it could be hyped up at some point.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think it's underhyped too. I think we're getting close to that stage. I think that whole thing, if you guys remember when he had that whole knee injury and he came back and they did that special piece that he did really outside of the Oilers. I thought that was a message in itself. Usually that's something that goes through the team, and he did it, I believe, with Sportsnet kind of on his own. So I think he's probably had some thoughts about it, and I can even remember going back to when the draft lottery occurred. I don't think he was all that excited about the idea of going out there to begin with. So it hasn't gone all that well. They haven't been winning. He knows that his legacy, the points and everything are great, but people want to see these guys, the great players, raise the Stanley Cup.
People talk about winners.
That's right. So for me, I mean, the day is coming, and it's coming soon if they don't get it together.
I think it's underhyped too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do as well. I think it's underhyped, and I would say this, Uppy, you're from Fort Mac, right? I don't know if you heard earlier, I've got a lot of family in Alberta, so listen. A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen here, and they love their team. They love the league. They live it. We talked about this earlier on the show. But at some point, it's different when Yari Curry, you're there, cool, man. Hey, Fierzy, you're there, cool. Paul Coffey, yep. Mess, Gretz, that's a different story. And everybody goes back to that, but they don't have that right now, to your point. So this is something that bears watching, but you really hope they could figure it out up there. You really do.
I hope for the fans
You hope
they
for the
can
fans
figure it
that they
out.
can figure
But
it
for
out,
the
man.
game, we need McDavid in the playoffs, ripping it up, winning Stanley Cups. That is what the game needs. And I think outside of Edmonton, if the day did come where McDavid was like, yo, bro, maybe just like slide me a trade, just don't tell anyone I asked for it, I don't think anyone would blame McDavid. All right, here's a more fun one. We've had a couple serious topics off the top. Philip Deneau and Dylan Larkin got into it the other day. One is a defensive machine and face-off specialist. The other, Red Wings captain and leading scorer. So I ask you this, gentlemen. Skilled players dropping the gloves, yay or nay? Uppy, what are you saying?
I love what Larkin just did. I know because he's downtown LA. He's ready to hit Hollywood after that game. He's their young captain. I don't know if he's single or not, but I'll have to find out, and I probably will after this. I love center ice, sticking up for his teammates. Yep. Obi's, one of his favorite kids, Landy, exact same way. These are guys you want to play for. They're your leaders, and when they drop the mitts in a heated match like that, it's just hockey 101.
And by the way, Uppy's the only guy that stayed in Hollywood when he played the Kings, just for the record. That's why I brought up Hollywood. But for me, honestly, it's underhyped. I used to love it. It's one thing for, a meathead like me to go out and get in a fight. But when, my skilled guys like Ryan Kessler in Vancouver or Landeskog in Colorado, guys like that get out there and fight and get out of their comfort zone for the team, nothing fired me up more. So when guys fight that aren't supposed to, I loved it.
It's awesome, I think. I mean, think about, I still think about, was it Iginla and LeCavalier?
Yeah.
In the Cup final. In the Cup final. Those are the fights that, to me, are born out of the real hard competition of battling against one another. Nobody's trying to send a message other than I don't like you, and I am going to give you my full thoughts with my fists. And so I like that when it's really just born out of the competition. Although I will say for LA, you can't fight in those helmets. Those are expensive helmets. You can't take a chance that you could hurt one of those helmets in a fight.
Listen,
they sent one here and then they wanted it back.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. They did.
Luke.
They made Rupper send
You're
it back.
better than that, Lucky. Rupper wore it the whole show. I remember watching
it. 2 hours.
And they gave it back to the guy.
I go, Rupper, are you going to put that on your desk? He goes, no, they won't let me.
That's alligator arms right there. Luke, Lucky, you're better than that. I know you're a long time. You're a legend, but you got to get back to Pilates and stretch those arms out. That's so cheap. Okay, I agree. I think it's underhyped too. And here's why I'm going to say it's underhyped, because I agree with all of you. When you have your top players like a Dylan Larkin and that top line's buzzing for them, and you see him tilt, you're like, oh my gosh, he gets it. I talked to Dylan Larkin a few weeks ago about their team. He mentioned how close they were, how tight-knit that group is, how they're coming along. I thought it was amazing. And for Deneau, he's a guy that I'm expecting to take draws and block shots and kill penalties.
Shut down superstars.
Shut down superstars.
He's a swag stick winner.
Exactly.
He is an NHL swag stick winner.
Yes.
So, I got to go with him no matter what because of that alone.
This is fair. But it makes all the difference. I remember Shanahan, when he was 40, fighting against Brashear when we played for the Rangers at the Garden. And he took on Donald Brashear. That was huge. Our whole bench went crazy. So
that's not an easy customer.
That's not an easy one to take on.
All right, next topic. Missing curfew, now a contributor to Sarah Sivian's style rankings over The Athletic. So I will ask you boys, as style experts now, Jordan Binnington's style, overhyped or underhyped?
I think this is underhyped because confidence is a man's best weapon. And this Jordan Binnington, it starts with him in net. He's a confident cat. He looked like it when he showed up to that Winter Classic with those shades on and those little tight board shorts. So to me, underhyped. You gotta have some class. You gotta have some confidence, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm going underhyped as well, Jackie. I thought, first of all, as a team to do that, it shows so much team building. And we know they have a close group there in St. Louis, and that's why they've won a Stanley Cup. And I got to give a shout-out to my boy, Ryan O'Reilly. He had the shirt undone to the second button down low, the chest hair flowing, and then he had the three-quarter jacket in the left hand just in case he had to toss it on.
Each.
Be prepared.
Each.
Be prepared.
Give us something. Each.
I'll just tell you this.
Come on.
Do I look nervous?
Exactly. That's my man Binner right
look
there.
Nervous? I mean, he said it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
He's come in and he's backed it up.
Swagger
So,
for sure.
He's had it.
Weeksy, you have to answer for on the ice style.
I'm
What
all-
about his equipment, his
Yeah,
pads?
He's always trying to fight people.
Yeah,
Come on the ice.
Vinny's always swagged up. You know, he knows I'm a big fan of his. We were texting 2 nights ago. I love his swag. I love his belief. I was one of the first people that he told he was ready to be in the National Hockey League at Madison Square Garden, and literally at a barbecue in Toronto the summer prior. And he's come in. He's been everything they could have hoped for and more. And when you step off the bus in the coldest game, and when you're high stepping off the bus with your chest out flexed, and you're wearing a Versace shirt like him.
$1,200 shirt.
A Versace. That's a Versace with a capital V that he was rocking. I thought it was sweet. I love the theme for the team, but I've always been bullish on Binner. I'm a big fan of his.
All right, next up, I do my homework. So I saw an interesting clip of Missing Curfew.
Oh, well, come on.
Where Shane O'Brien said that he used to rock sunglasses on the plane 100% of the time just to cover up maybe any evidence of his night before activities. So my question is this: sunglasses inside or at night? Do we love it or do we hate it? Shane, I'll start with you.
Yeah, Jackie, good job. That's why you're a pro. Yeah, I wore my shades on the plane no matter what time it was of the day for obviously different reasons. For me, sunglasses at night, no good. But sunglasses walking into the barn when you got your coffee, you can leave those shades on when you get in the rink. It's the National League. Leave them on inside, but at night, take them off.
Yeah, I'll follow that up. I think it's a little overhyped because if you wear them, if you wear them once to hide something, you got to wear them all the time.
Exactly.
And I just found it a little too dark, you know. And
Can't see anything.
I don't mind wandering my eyes around with my head on a swivel. You know, you got to have that good peripheral vision on and off the ice. So, I was never a big sunglass guy, I gotta say.
Each?
Guys banging into walls. Don't know what oh, look out! You know, but I think it's, you know what? I think it's one of those things. Some guys can pull it off, and a lot of guys can't. So I think it's just an acquired kind of thing. Some guys have it, like Hank. He could probably wear the shades, doesn't matter where. He always looks good.
Yeah.
Sid was putting those shades on. It was like a little clunkier. That's me. So there's my 2 cents.
I'd say that it's overhyped, but it's the Bryan Adams principle. Wear your sunglasses at night, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's
Good reference.
a little BA right there.
Yeah, listen, love me
So,
some BA.
yeah, totally. So I think it's a little overhyped. I'm with you, Egypt. It has to be the person that could really rock them properly. And Obi, if you're rocking them on the plane, I mean, come on now. That's
right.
amazing.
Weeksy, it actually got me in the doghouse with Bob Hartley at the start of the year in Calgary. I wore them. Next thing you know, I was playing 4 minutes of that. Like, what's going on? He's like, guy. And I'm like, fuck, man.
As if the shades are really impacting your game.
No, Harley's like,
come on, Bob.
No, come on. Harley's like, ditch the shades. I'll jack you up 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next topic. Mika Zibanejad, 8 goals in his last 9 games. Perennial 20-plus goal scorer, 30 goals a couple times, popped 41 at one point. Kevin, I'm starting with you, K-Dub. How underhyped is Mika Zibanejad?
Very underhyped because he looks like the lead guitarist in what we just showed in that clip a little while ago there. And although I get a chance to watch him play at the Garden quite often, you know, I remember the late Brian Murray, and God rest his soul, who's such a great hockey man, and they drafted him in Ottawa. And he told me at the time, this kid should score 30 in his sleep every year. And since he's come to New York, he's become a star here on Broadway, but around the league, you're right. He is underhyped. He doesn't get enough love for what he's become as a player.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. He plays for the New York Rangers. Maybe it's because the team has been rebuilding the last couple of years, and they have some really high-end stars there. But, boy, he's a terrific player, and they're paying him that way now, guys. So he's producing.
No doubt. Fellas?
Yeah, I agree with you, fellas. I think he's underhyped. I think, you know, obviously offensively he's had the gift his entire career, but the way he plays away from the puck now, he's a 200-foot player. Obviously him and the Breadman got special things going. He's underhyped. I'm a huge fan of the Rangers. It's their secondary scoring that I think's got to pick it up, but Zibanejad's underhyped.
Agreed, fellas. I think, you know, what he does off the ice, he's a good DJ. He keeps the boys going.
True.
Yep.
And then he's a silky player. He makes things happen. He's a natural goal scorer. And I just love what our coach Gerard Gallant's been doing with these guys in New York. good signs of things to come. And we need the New York Rangers playing great hockey. I think it's just great for the league.
Yeah, never underestimate the DJ because they're the bringer of vibes, right? They create the energy. All right, we're going to try to do some quick hits here.
All right, let's go.
Next topic, Paul Bissonnette's stash on TNT. Uppy, what are you saying?
It's a little underhyped. I played with hair and his mustache have never been perfect, but he rocks it well. He owns it, and this is great for TV right here. I'm telling you.
Boys?
I don't know what to say about that. Look at that guy. First of all, he's absolutely killing it. He's doing a great job being a legend. Whatever takes the attentions away from his suits that he wears, let's be perfect. But, the stash, I like it. It's underhyped.
I'm in each.
I would just say one word.
I love it, Biz.
It's distracting. I mean, because when he comes on, it's just like, I'm distracted by that mustache, but he's doing a great job, and he's a character.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's the Borat stash.
Well, it is. That is a great
It's
comp.
Radek the Borat.
Yeah.
Or Super Mario, one or the other.
They're great comps. To go back to the sunglass thing, it's like it takes a certain type of person to be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
So he pulls it off. We only have time for one more. We're trying to get to 10. We got time for one more. I'm going to mix in a little pop culture here and give you a non-hockey topic. The career of Jake Paul, the most hated man on YouTube, overhyped or underhyped, boys?
Good question.
This guy. I wish I'd like to party with him, to be honest with you, Jackie. I'd like him to invite me to one of his parties, but I'm going to say it's overhyped, but he's a genius marketing. But I wish I could drop about a quick 75 pounds and get in the ring with him because I'd like to be the guy that took him down.
Well, I think we can arrange that.
Yeah, I don't think I can lose 75 pounds.
I think it's underhyped. I think he's a genius. I think we've yet to see his, where he can go. But he's got good lawyers. He's got good agents writing these, these scripts to Dana White, because I definitely know he's been hitting the head too much to write them himself.
Yeah, I would say underhyped because I got two boys, 17 and 13. And they're talking about him all the time, and I have no idea what's going on. So I would say it's underhyped because he's hitting the group he wants to hit, which is those young kids.
I would say it's underhyped because him and his brother are brilliant, and what they're doing is incredible. And they just closed on condos in Miami for $29 million each. Underhyped.
Oh, bring in the stats. Bring in the stat pack. Okay, I also say underhyped because of two things. Nobody likes Jake Paul, but now you have to respect him because everybody denies this guy. So many naysayers, so many haters. You can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. And all he does is stay winning. And I'm not just talking about in the ring. This guy is making so much dough right now. It is ridiculous. So I say Jake Paul, you might not like him, but he is winning at life with a capital W. As are you guys, the boys of Missing Curfew. So we appreciate you joining the show, playing along. We love having you guys on. Before we say bye, who's coming up on the pod?
We got my boy Brad Richardson from the pension line in Calgary coming on.
Nice.
We got to keep the old veterans in the lineup. Fourth line center, glue guy in the dressing room, Brad Richardson.
Love that.
All right.
Love that.
All right,
Highly respected vet, too. That's great.
We'll keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, have a good one, boys. We love having you on.
Thanks for having us.
You too. Thank you.